Welcome. My name is Patrice Bailey. I am the Dean of Theater at New Old School of the Arts Theater Division. Thank you for joining us for the closing night of the One Festival. Each year, the Theater Division requires that our BFA graduating seniors write, produce, direct, and act in their own one-person show. This year, we have 15 seniors, 15 shows, each 15 minutes in length, taking place over 3 premiere evenings with 5 shows per program, December 16th, 17th, and 18th. I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our faculty advisors, our special guest artist, Jim Cavalli, our incredible theater production team, and Miami-Dade College Media Services for all of their support to make this year's festival possible. Thank you again for joining us, and enjoy the shows.
Yeah, he's with me. Because I'm looking at him? No, Mom, we're not coming back home. If Danny wanted to come back home by now, he would have. Oh, you will? Oh, you will? You know what, Mom? Send them. No, I dare you. Send them. Yeah. See what happens, Mom. I said see what happens. Hey, champ. We're here. You hanging in there? Good. It's gonna be good, Danny. We're gonna get out of here, and before you know it, we'll be going down Space Mountain in no time. Sound good? What? That was just Mom. She thinks I kidnapped you. I know, right? Like me, kidnapping you. I mean, what does she think I'm gonna do with a kid like you anyhow, huh? I'd be lucky to get $20 for a kid like you. Maybe 30. You know what I think? I think that she's trying to ruin all our fun. Yeah. She's trying to stop us from having the best time ever. I mean, you're having fun, right, Danny? What do you mean, no? Hey, look, it's gonna be good, okay? Remember Disney World? You still want to go, don't you? I promise, Danny, we're gonna have so much fun together. Oh, and we still got time too. Like 10 minutes until this bus comes and picks us up. Oh, but before we get to Disney World, we gotta make a stop somewhere. Just one, I promise. We gotta pick something up from my friend Cody. You remember Cody, right? Danny, hey, Danny, are you crazy? You're gonna wake everyone up. Now stop it. Hey, it won't be a long stop, okay? And we're still going to Disney World, but only if you be good, okay? No. Mom and Dad are not coming with us. Which reminds me, I've got a surprise for you, Danny. Look who I grabbed before we left. It's Mr. Musimu. I mean, you didn't think I'd forget him, did you? And check this. When we get to Disney World, you could take Mr. Musimu on like all the flippin' rides. Even Space Mountain. Ain't that cool? Hey. Mr. Musimu is gonna stay with me until we get on the bus, okay? I can't have you running off with him or some shit. Danny, hey, what'd I say about Disney World, huh? Hey, I said we're only going to Disney World if you're a good boy. You remember me saying that, don't you? Only if you're good. And that includes you shutting up when I tell you to shut up, okay? Got it? Look, you only know I'm doing this because I love you, Danny. You know that, right? Because I do. I'm trying to save you from like all of this. I mean, Mom and Dad, they're mad. At me, at you, and for no good reason either. And if we go back home, well, they're going to send me back to rehab, and they will never let me see you again. Now, I don't know about you, but I would hate if we never got to see each other again. You know, if that's what you want, though, we could say, screw Disney, and we could go back home, and I'll go to rehab, and you'll be alone. So is that what you want? Good. Good. Look, I know this can be confusing, and this can be scary. I get it. But look at me. We are going to have so much fun together. Just you and me, champ. Yes, and Mr. Musimu. You see, Danny? You see this, right? There she goes again, trying to ruin all our fun. You know what? There. Sounds better already, doesn't it? You know, I wish Mom and Dad had a mute button. Or better yet, a block button. I mean, they're good people at first glance, I'll give them that. They make it seem easy to be perfect, at least with what they can control. And that's their thing with me, Danny. They can't control me. So you know what they do? They insult me. They tell me I'm going to die in a ditch somewhere, or better yet, you're going to die in a back alley. And that's their favorite fucking thing to talk about. Death. It's stupid. Like, why worry about dying when you live in a world like this? And the most fucked up thing about it, Danny, is it's the things we think that are good for us that really end up killing us in the end. Like, people worry about stupid things. Things they can't control, like bombs or hurricanes. But that's not what really kills you. You know what really kills you, don't you, Danny? Hope. Hope kills you, Danny. Look, I'll let you in on a little secret. Because frankly, you're new to this whole living thing. And that's a sweet spot to be in. You only are 10, so you get a lot more chances not to fuck this up for yourself. And when you're 10, hope probably seems like a good thing. I mean, a great thing even. But it's not, okay? Like, Mom and Dad, they have hope things will happen all the time. Like, rent's gonna get paid, or they'll have enough to just put one of us through college. And they especially put hope in God. And that's where they really fucked up. Because they think one day is gonna come when all their worries will just suddenly disappear. But God doesn't work that way. He isn't some fairy godmother you just call up whenever you're going through some shit. No, he's a challenger. And he's testing us. All of us. And this, Danny, this is our test. Look, I know it seems like they are the best people in the world, and they couldn't possibly do anything to fuck this up. But there is a point where you will grow up and start seeing people for who they really are. No more wondering how these people you love so much ever turned out to be your enemy. Just people. With flaws and fears. Like, you know how Mom and Dad look at you? And when they do, you just feel so safe. They used to look at me that way. Even through rehab, they cared about me. And I thought, well, shit. They've put up with me for this long. Maybe I do got a life that's worth living. But when I got back, they were different. They were not the people that visited me in that place. No, I know they weren't. They started guilting me. Like, And it didn't matter about what, like the money I had costed them or the grief they had supposedly gone through, anything they could say to make me feel like shit. And then I relapse, and you know what they do? You think this was just some accident, Danny? It was Dad. Last night. Yeah, we had gotten into another one of our arguments, only this time he didn't hesitate to show me how he really felt. But it was a blessing. Really, a blessing from God. He showed me who they really are. They're demons, and they only want to hurt me, Danny. And they'll hurt you too if you let them. They think that I'm their test. That I am here for them to prove whatever it is they need to prove, and they're failing because they can't have their way with me, Danny. But that's because they're not the ones being tested. We're being tested. We were meant to be here, right now, escaping this, finding our freedom, not them. I mean, shit, they don't even know the first thing about God. They think that he's in prayer and he's in church, but he's not in any of those places. I found God, and you wouldn't even believe where. And I'll even take him to you when you're older. And you could see that I was not bullshitting you tonight. This, Danny, this is where God lives. Danny, Danny, hey, listen to me, you little shit. You run away from me and I will hurt you. Look at me. Good, Danny. Now stop crying. Stop crying. I know what they tell you. That I'm just some jackass who doesn't know his left from his fucking right. But as far as I'm concerned, Danny, the world is full of bad things and bad people who do a fuck ton of bad shit. You gotta have a purpose to survive in this world. And without these, I got nothing. Nowhere to go. No one to be. I'm only happy when I take these, Danny. Because, well, I see him. God, I see him and I am the happiest I have felt in a very long time. Why is that so bad? Why do Mom and Dad think that is so bad? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm sorry that I let them paint me like the bad guy for so long. And I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for you when I got sent away. You don't deserve having to pick sides. Because this isn't your fight. Not now. But I promise, Danny, we are going to get better. Together. I promise I'm not going to let them put you through the shit I went through. You're not going to be harmed. What is it, Mom? Wait, what? When did you call Shh! Fuck! Danny, hey, look at me. Grab your shit right now. We gotta go. Danny, hey! Danny, hey, come back!
Police!
Fuck,
Don't
Danny,
move!
hey! Danny, you forgot Mr. Moosey Moo?
Get
Come here!
down!
Danny! Fuck, Danny!
Morning, Dad. How are you today? Let's see here. Week 7, day 5. Woke up extra early to be here this morning. James, as usual, didn't want me to come. He said, "This is crazy, this is stupid, and I'm being ridiculous for visiting you every day." We haven't slept in the same bed for almost 3 weeks now. Not that I sleep, a couple hours here and there. I told him I was going to a yoga class this morning. I don't even have a yoga mat. Laura, my therapist, she says I need to move on to the next stage in the grieving process. It's hard, she says, losing a parent, but it's even harder when you only had one left. She says I'm depressed. Duh. Regardless, she thinks I should be making more progress than I am. I'm not in denial. I know you're gone. That passed sometime in week 2 or 3. Oh, and Charlotte, my best friend, she stopped talking to me 15 days ago when I told her I was coming here every day. She says, "Get over it, Charlotte. He's gone, Charlotte. There's nothing else you can do, Charlotte." Charlotte. You just had to name me Charlotte. After Charlotte Bronte. I know. I know it was your dream for me to impact the world in some major drastic way. And I'm sorry I'm an intern at a newspaper surviving off ramen and coffee. I won't write a novel or stand on a stage or change the way people think with my words and my words alone. The 3 of them, they've teamed up against me. They say I should go to a grief group and talk to people, but Dad, I don't know how to introduce myself to new people. I don't go out to dinner or Friday night drinks with the other interns. I don't even know their names. You know this is your fault. My inability to strike up a conversation. Everywhere we went, there you were, chatting it up with every Dick and Jane that made eye contact with you. You didn't just take the spotlight, Dad. You were the whole freaking stage. And you made people laugh, always, no matter what sort of mood they were in. I can never do that, Dad. How did you do it? How did you take all the words in the world and make them just so, make them just right to make people feel? I was always too nervous to try. I never wanted to embarrass you. Practice makes progress, not perfection, Charlotte. Dad, I know, but practice. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna talk to all the people here. I wish you were here, Dad. You would know exactly what to say to a bunch of dead bodies in the ground. Hell, you'd probably even summon a few ghosts. I called every night before I went to bed. I didn't call that night. My boss had ordered chicken curry with white rice, only when I went to pick it up, they had given her brown rice instead. So by the time I went home and changed the rice and got back, it was already well past midnight. I thought you'd be okay one night without calling. What difference does it make? But would that one call have saved your life? Would the difference be between us being here and us being at home? Did I do this? I broke the pattern, and look, you're dead. Larry Harper, a loving husband, father, and friend. So, Larry, how's it going? Now what? I can't talk to him about the weather. Questions. You always ask questions just to get the conversation going, to make people feel more comfortable. So, Larry, did they cry? At your funeral, I mean? I didn't cry at my dad's funeral. Why? because I was too busy thinking how the Lord Almighty didn't give me a chance to say goodbye. I was in Idaho, of all places. I wasn't there. I wasn't there in the room down the hall where I'd grown up. I wasn't there when his body hit the floor as he took his last breath. I wasn't there to call 911. I wasn't there. It was 2 days before. It left the house to go to the airport to fly to Idaho, of all places, and there he was. Dad, just leaning against the door frame. I gave him a hug and a kiss on the cheek. But if I had known that was the last time his stubble would brush against my face, I would have done something different. I think. I don't really know. Would giving him 3 hugs have saved his life? Would telling him I loved him one last time have stopped his heart from giving out? Right before I left, he grabbed my hands and he said, "Remember, Charlotte, and say it with me now." He did this every morning before he dropped me off at school. He'd say, "Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul." He said it was my mom's favorite quote. She was wild and free and not ready to be a mother yet, but she had hope for me. Larry, if your wife left and never came back, wouldn't you at least chase after her? Wouldn't you at least beg and try to get her to be a mother figure to your child? Why didn't you do that, Dad? I know you did your best, but it is hard being a girl being raised by a dad. Olivia Raymond, an angel sent back to heaven far too soon, 1991 to 1998. You're 7, Olivia. A child. A baby. The only thing I can remember from when I was 7 is my dad would make Eggo waffles with chocolate chips and whipped cream every morning for breakfast. He did that for years. When I was 13 and wanted to be skinny, I hated him for it. But he'd say, "Someday you'll miss this." Olivia, that day is today, and every day from now until forever. What I wouldn't do for some chocolate chips and whipped cream on Eggos. Did you get to try Eggos? I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how or why God would take a child. Your mother, your father, they must be devastated. You'd only just begun to be who you are, and everyone dies at the wrong time. Waffles might not have been the healthiest choice, Dad, but they were the happiest. You did this. You took this innocent child from her mother, from her first days of school, from her awkward teenage years, from drinking wine. You took her before she even had a moment, God, and you took him from me. He was in remission, and then boom, a heart attack. 4 years that man survived through cancer, and you pick a heart attack as his way to go? And then that was it. I'm sorry, Charlotte, your dad is dead. Good luck. All these souls here, all these stories untold and lives unled, questions gone in a single breath, but you're here. You have a place, and you have a name and a date, because those are the 2 first things people ask. Then they say, "How did he go?" "I'm sorry, he's gone. Time heals all wounds." How much time does it take? How much time will it take? Wilma Brown, laid here to rest in 2003. Mother, wife, and baker of cherry pies. I don't know my mom. Wilma, I mean, I do, but I don't. But would that even make a difference now if I knew her or not? Wilma, if your kids asked you this question, how would you answer? How long does it take? How long does it take before the friends and family forget? It's not intentionally, I'm sure it just happens, but one day there's no one left. There's no one there to remember the way you laughed or the way you smelled or the way you baked a cherry pie, but you were here, you were something. You were alive and living. You did things and said things and stole oxygen and kissed lips and you made an impact. But then there's no one left. When will I forget you? You're right there, wearing your favorite plaid shirt. I know that because I was the one who had to go home and take it from your closet and bring it back to the funeral home so they could dress you up all nice. I haven't been back in your room since. Maybe I should just burn the house down. Kidding. Not gonna burn the house down, Dad. Lord, if you're still willing to listen to me, please don't do this to anyone else. I don't think there's a more cruel punishment than taking someone before their loved ones get to say goodbye. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't do more. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep visiting you every day. What do you want? Take care of yourself, Charlotte. I know. How can I put myself first when all I can think about is you? You're right. I have it all here. All the notes, all the memories from the last few months. And at home, on the bookshelf, a perfect record of all the times the car ran out of gas, of all the dinners at the diner, of all the times you pulled me out of school to play hooky. Because you told me to write, to notice, to see the world without judging it first. And you always told me to write the story that's happening here and now. I'm just gonna have to get used to writing a story without you in it. I love you, Dad.
Hi, everyone. Settle down, keep calm, and listen to my voice. Wow, there's a lot of you today. It's okay. You can relax. You're in a safe space. I can see how nervous you all are, but don't be. I'll be here every step of the way. I just want you all to know that you're here for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes. You know, my mom used to tell me something whenever I was freaked out or scared. She would say, "Nothing is too much for a divine mind." And that's what we are. divine minds, and nothing can change that. I can tell you're all smart, and that'll help you out a lot. I'll make this brief. I'm Stella, but in here, I'm known as number 098. We're all assigned numbers once we get here, so just memorize and embrace them as much as you can. When the assistants who work here call you by your number, just do as they say. The numbers are how they identify the thousands of us in here. And imagine how many Amy's and Sarah's we get in this place. That's why it's a lot easier to see us as numbers in a system. But us ladies are on a first name basis, so you can call me Stella. Right now, we're all standing in the dispatch area. If you take a look to your left and your right, you'll notice that there are rooms lined up for you all. Now, since we're friends, can you all do me a favor? Make a single file line and find a room? Trust me, you don't want to be bunching up like that when the assistants get back. Your ride here must have shaken you all up. I get that. I imagine you were all quite crammed on the way. They don't give us much space in those vans. My first ride was just as uncomfortable. But look at the upside. You can stretch your legs now, and feel free to check out the Zen garden you passed on your way in. Whenever any of you feel like you just need to stretch, just think of that grass between your feet. This place is pretty much like a retreat. We may not get massages or facials, but we sure get a break from reality. You can even think of the assistants like they're doctors. They even wear white coats. So really, they know what they're doing, and you'll be better when you come out. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? If you want to have a good life here, just simply follow the protocols. Hey, hun, it's okay. Don't cry. Just breathe. Come on, let's all breathe together. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more time, and this time, let's breathe in on a count of 4 and breathe out on an M. Ready? All together. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Good. That's my go-to for when I get anxious. Hopefully that helps. I know you're in a new place, and I know it's stressful, but hey, look at me. I've been here 4 years now, and I'm alive and well. So, buckle up, because it's gonna be a long ride. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That's just the freedom bell. You'll get used to it. That bell goes off when one of us is released. I'm actually not quite sure where we end up, but I know for certain it's somewhere in the outside world. 4 years now, and I finally adjusted to that sound. Things aren't perfect here, but trust me, there have been major improvements. You're all the lucky ones. The facility is so much nicer than it used to be. You should have all been here in the old days, when it was crammed, and we had no space to breathe. And anyway, once you all find your rooms, it'll feel like home here. The rooms are pretty small, but you'll get used to them. And there's just enough space to walk around, so feel free. Even though they're small, they're a lot cozier than they used to be. They just redid the rooms last year, actually. And the floors, too. You'll notice that they're so clean, we could eat off of them. Well, for the most part. The floors before were wet and filthy, but now they're clean and cold. But don't worry, soon enough, this cold cement floor will start to feel like a cloud. And hey, it's pretty great for those hot summers. And lying on the floor is good for the spine. This facility is actually known to be one of the best in the country. A few years ago, it barely met its standards. When I first got here, I couldn't even see where I was standing. They kept us all in the dark, knowing we were afraid. But now we're always in the light, so there's that to be happy about. The assistants have been a lot better with being aware of things that may spook us while we're in here. And they constantly check on us and make sure we're following protocols. Speaking of protocols, once you all settle into your rooms, make sure you stay clear of the doors. When they check on us, it's a lot easier to just do as we're told. Like I said, it's just policy, and it's for your own good. So just cooperate and give it time. The assistants should be getting back soon. I like to think of them as the angels that grant us freedom. Yours truly will be freed before you know it. I'm their best helper, and they've told me it's almost my time. Don't be jealous. You'll join me sooner or later. But first, let's all get settled into our rooms. That's your first step towards freedom. Everyone, please, before they get back. Thank you. I know it's tough not being home in a foreign place. My first night here was probably the hardest, but I've grown stronger, and I like the woman I've become. You all will too. It just takes time. My favorite thing about being in here, actually, is the time I get to self-reflect. It really puts things into a perspective. I'm not here to tell you that meditation is key or mind over matter cliches, but if I'm being honest, stuff like that really helps. That and being able to talk to you all. Having others in here that know exactly what I'm going through, that I can help out. Friends. So we gotta have each other's backs, right? I mean, who else will? Whenever any of you feel like you're going a bit crazy in here, just know you're not alone. We're all gonna get through this and have new lives, better lives, but only if we work together and uplift each other. And I know one day we'll all be free, and we'll be looking back on all of this as just a memory. But the reality is, the only way to do that is by having thick skin and being resilient. I learned that quickly in here. After having my first child. Surprisingly, most women actually have children in here. There's nothing better than having a girl. If you have a girl, they let you keep her, and she stays with you in this place. I know it doesn't seem ideal, but at least you get to watch her grow up. I was one of the unlucky ones, and I had a son, a beautiful, beautiful baby boy. God, that day was the best day of my life. When I first looked into his eyes, it reminded me that I was alive. I was so in awe of his beauty that I didn't even name him right away. I just stared at him. I held him in my arms for hours, and I wouldn't let him go. I dozed off, holding my son tightly in my arms. And next thing I knew, they took him. After only a day with my son, they took him. 24 hours. That's all I got. I didn't even get a chance to name him. And he didn't get a number either, which was weird. They just took him. And I know he's in a better place, but he's not a number, so I don't know where he is. Maybe boys are freed right away because they're the lucky ones. Maybe not. I still have hope. Hope that they took my son to help him, to help me, so that I'll be with him again. Well, here's another one. It's a lot going today. That's hopeful. Maybe I'll be next and finally see my son. I just have to wait it out a little longer in this place, and that's it. I'm here until we're reunited again. And I don't think I have a lot of time left either. Listen to me. You're all young, you're strong, and you seem fearless. But don't be stupid. When I leave, you're all gonna have to step it up. You're gonna have to have each other's backs. This place is what you make it. Just keep your head up.
Number 098, number 098.
Well, they need me for something, but I'll be right back. I'll probably see you all tomorrow at breakfast. Good luck on your first day. I'll see you all soon.
Take a seat. I have too much to tell you. Oh, I'm all wet and bothered, but don't worry. Everything is Jake. You just won't believe what happened after dinner. Susie? This is the part where you're supposed to respond all surprised and interested like. What? Tell me, Rosie, what happened? Hello? Who am I kidding? That girl is such a night owl. She probably won't be back till noon tomorrow. Applesauce. What is the point of living with your friend if your friend is never home to be a friend when you really need her? I thought it was just me and my smoke, huh? Hello, Miss Pepper. I know how it seems, but I'm doing swell. See, I'm happy, I'm smiling. A fool is always smiling. Robert and I had a delicious dinner at John of 12th Street, and then we took a nice little stroll down Washington Square Park before the rain started, and then we had a mildly eventful conversation to end our night. Do you know how you feel when you don't know how to feel? That's how I feel. Everything is copacetic. He just didn't respond too sweetly to some things I had to say is all, and well, I'm doing swell. Not that any of this means anything to you, but in his defense, what I had to say wasn't too sweet to hear. You see, I told him that I thought that we spent way too much time together and that I wanted a little bit more of it for myself. You know, independence. But now I realize thinking like that is selfish of me. I should just keep quiet. I carry a torch for Robert. He's done so much to support me since I lost my job. I was so washed up I couldn't buy hairpins for a goldfish. And if it wasn't for him, I would have had to move back home to Chicago, and that is not an option, now is it? I left that place to breathe. Hey, oh, apologies, Pep. Come back, please. I should quit. Although, I kind of enjoy committing myself to a life embellished entirely in a mysterious cloud of smoke. Consider it a romance of sorts. My daddy would smoke 'em with my uncles and then sneak me a bum here and there, and then Mama wouldn't be too far behind him to remind me what a nasty man hobby it was. You know, if men always get to do as they please, I never understood why I can't have this one thing for myself. Oh, I hope that didn't sound selfish of me, Pep. I've never thought of myself as a prideful person, but Robert framed me as someone who is. Selfish. Says who? Does he even know who I am? I have been carrying the weight of people I have never met for my entire life. I think that it's made me the most empathetic person that I know. Almost to a fault. You see, I put other people before myself without even thinking twice, and there's never been enough air in the room to deny it. If there is anything that Robert knows about me, it's how to take advantage of that. He's always thought that I'm a real dimwit who's all stuck up on him. Maybe in the beginning, but now, bourgeois. Talking to him is like trying to solve the crossword in the morning paper and realizing that there is no right answer. Oh, he doesn't know me. Doesn't even touch me anymore. It's always all about his needs. I do not know where this misconception began that only bearcats want to be touched, but it is a lie. Oh, gets me so steamed up. Some girls crave good-looking men. I just want them reliable. And if he is not touching me, he is probably off screwing somebody else. If you want real selfish, you should try my father. Anyone else who works for his business. Ooh, now you're on the trolley. He always says that everything he does is for the family. But there is no way that that man would be successful in his line of work if he wasn't self-centered. You know, I came to this Big Apple to escape all of the men like my daddy. He would tell my mama that he loved her. And then he would shack up all sorts of other women under her nose. And he was never afraid to slap some sense into her for doing absolutely nothing. Ooh, Pepper! Are you even listening to me? You know the type. The kind of man who thinks that he can just run the whole world and get away with it. Turns out they are everywhere, just running around like roaches. Ugh. I have never been naive to the ways of men. Their need to command, to conquer. Some are really great at putting up a clean front at first, but I have been around too many of them not to know that it's not part of their little game. They only see what they want to see. They look at us and they see a bunch of pretty dolls and little dresses. But times are changing. We have the right to vote now, Pepper, and that has got to count for something, right? Women, we pay attention. We see into the soul of a person. It's a blessing and a curse, you know? Having the ability to blindly read an individual with nothing but that feeling. The kind that lives in your gut and lets you know what's going on before your brain has the chance to figure out whatever it is. Sometimes it's easier for a girl to continue spinning through her pink-hued fantasy than it is for her to take off the rose-tinted glasses. But I am done being that girl. I have mourned the illusions. All the sweetness of our love's youth, it is clearly not reality. I thought Robert was the bee's knees, but he looks at me like I am some kind of oil can. And how? Oh, it only took my brain 8 months to catch up to my gut, but all stories come to an end. If he really knew who I was, he would watch his back around me. I am not some everyday Jane. I have the Chicago South Side Mafia in my blood. Daddy didn't raise no bimbo. You know, my old man actually taught me the best piece of advice. He said, Rosie, whoever loves the least is in control, baby. Well, it slays me the way that men must pride themselves in nearly always being the ones to love us less. Must come easy. I mean, less effort in exchange for more power. Who would turn up such an ideal offer? At this hour? Hello? Oh. Hi, baby. Yes, I got home all right. Yes, I cleaned my face. Why do you ask? No, we wouldn't want anyone thinking that, now would we? You want me to meet you where? Oh, baby, but I just got settled. I would really like to just stay home. Robert? Yes, baby? I'll go with you. But do you think that you could meet me at the corner of Waverly Place and Gay Street? Oh, nothing, baby. Just some errands, regular lady things. Swell. See you in a jiffy. He is so charming. How could he be so cruel? I am just going for a ride, Pep. Thank you for always being a friend.
The scene is said to be grotesquely disturbing. It has been advised to avoid the corner of Waverly Place and Gay Street. Officers are currently unsure of the identity of the body. It can be confirmed that the victim is an adult male, with knife still lodged in his chest. More information on who is on the lam for this bloody murder yet to come.
Love was blind to me, now it's kind to me. Love has opened my eyes. Since it came to me, life became to me with the sweetest surprise. I never knew how good it was to be a slave to one who means the world to me. I love that man from the start, and way down deep in his heart, I know he loves me, heaven knows why. And when he tells me he can't live without me,
All right, Chloe. Bisney audition number 17, but this time we got a call back, so I think this is the one. We can't give up now.
All right, it's time to begin. Luna Star, we need you in the audition room.
Sorry, Chloe. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Mary, John, Lisa, Ben, Frank, Tom, Sam, Jarrell. Hello? Hello? Do you want me to wait? I can wait. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, Jarrell, what are you doing here? Did they give you a promotion? They got you choreographing this thing? Oh, my man. Anyways, it's nice to see you all again. What's the saying? 17th time's the charm. In any case, if you forgot my name, it's Luna Star, and I'm here to audition for the role of Tanya in the new musical TV series, That's Totally Tanya. A new script? There's a new script to read? So you don't want me to read the 150-page script I spent all night memorizing? You want me to read that one? No problem. Yo, it's Tanya into his house. Woo, woo. Say hey, ho, this party is off the chain. Sorry, Mary, I didn't hear you. Keep going? Okay. Read the next line with sass. No problem. It is our time, my brothers and sisters. Time for us to stand up for what we believe in. No justice, no peace, until they give us back our chicken wings in the cafeteria. What white person wrote this script? Huh? Keep going. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I works hard so my mama don't have to.
A little less desperate, girl. A little more slave.
All right. How about we take it from the first line again? Try saying it with urban vernacular. Street talk, ghetto speech. Have fun with it.
Ghetto speech? Ghetto speech? Okay. Ghetto speech. Ghetto speech. I'll do my best. Yo, it's Tanya into his house. What it do, baby? Hey, you better get it, sis. This party is a bomb.com.
Stop!
Did you like that read? Moving on to the interview? Great. 1 second. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Okay. Hello, my name is Luna Star. I'm 5'8". My favorite color is yellow. I am bilingual. I can speak English and emoji. And I've been watching the Disney Network since I was 4 years old.
If you were selected for this role, could you change your hair?
Change it how?
You know, could you clean it up?
Well, my hair is clean. I washed it yesterday.
Could you make it look professional?
No. Could we move on to my interview? I have 10 minutes, right? Thanks. Woosa, woosa. They don't mean it. They don't know any better. Yeah. Just go out there and tell your story. Yeah. Oh, crap.
So Luna, as a millennial in today's society, what's it like to grow up black in America?
Yeah, well, before I begin, I would just like to say thank you for this opportunity. You know, it's not every day that a girl like me gets to pursue her dreams of being on the Disney Network. I mean, a show with a leading black female can only mean you're trying to be diverse, right? Adding representation to the network, and Jarrell. Which leads me to answering your question. What's it like to grow up black in America? Well, when I was younger, I never really noticed the fact that there weren't many people on TV that looked like me. Hey, Lisa, did you ever do that thing when you were a kid where you and your group of childhood friends watch a movie or a TV show and pick who you are in the group of characters? You know, like, I'm the Red Ranger, you get to be the green one, and Jarrell is blue. Yeah! Which one are you? Which one is like you and your personality? As a child, I always knew there was going to be someone like me. I just had to look for them. And when I did, I would always rush to pick the black character. Like, I would rush to be Craven in It's So Craven, or Monique in Simtoppable. Although, I would always change my mind to be Sim because she was a baddie saving the world and was the main character of the story. You guys did a really good job with that one. Well, the idea of the token black person, my brain never thought of it like that. At the time, there were even moments where I didn't care about the black character at all. Like in Bratz. You know, the blackified Barbie doll where each girl had sass and a passion for fashion. Well, in Bratz, I always chose Chloe. I know what you're thinking. Pale white skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. She looks absolutely nothing like me. But as a child, I related with her so much that she's become my audition good luck charm. But you know, other kids and adults at the time would have questioned my choice because she's white. You know, maybe that's where my Oreo complex really started all those years ago. Oh, you may be wondering, what's the Oreo complex? Well, it's the idea that on the outside, I'm black, but on the inside, I'm really white. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was better to fit in with both instead of just accepting the idea that I was black, the fact that I was black. Listen, Jarrell. It's not like I didn't want to be black or anything. It's just that I never really felt like I fit in because of it. In middle school, I wasn't black enough to hang out with my black friends who were submerged in the black culture. But I also wasn't white enough to hang out with my white friends because we were fine until my culture dropped into the conversation. Then they were confused or uncomfortable. Hence the name Oreo. It was just easier to exaggerate the side of myself that needed to be bigger depending on who I was with. You know, I even made my own Oreo anthem based off the Roni Montoni theme song. It goes like this. It's really me, but no one ever discovers. Who would have thought that a girl like me could double as a white girl at heart? I get the best of both worlds. First I pick out my fro, then I stick up my nose. I get the best of both worlds. Mix it all together and you know that I'm a straight Oreo. I'm black. Yes, I know that. I know that I don't get to choose when I'm not black and when I am. It's just, at that point in my life, I thought it was okay to be both. It's not like being in school made it any easier either. When I was in school, it became clear to me that teachers prefer respectful over ghetto any day. Ebonics, or ghetto speech, as Lisa called it, is seen as disrespectful. What's worse is I've gotten so used to speaking this way that when I don't, it almost feels forced. And I went to predominantly black high school and middle school, so go figure. Isn't it ironic how you can be in a pool full of people who look like you and still feel like you don't fit in? You know what I mean. Right. Oh, Jarrell, what's that you're drinking out of? Is that a limited edition, hand-drawn Black History Month style number 4 Princess Rihanna mug? What? Can I get a closer look? Wow! Every little girl wants to be a Disney princess. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. It's a shame she's literally a frog the entire movie, though.
Time. Stop. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jarrell.
Luna, totally Tanya's character is written to be authentically black, and you're just not.
I'm not black enough for you. I figured. Thank you for your time. What were you looking for? What tone of black? What shade of black? What texture? What accent? What rhythm? Tom, please tell me. Because African American, female, slim, I fit all those boxes. But I'm still not enough. Tom, you remember the pandemic last year? No, not COVID. The Black Lives Matter movement. Really? I mean, it was everywhere. No, Sam, you didn't see it. No, I mean really see it, because if you did, I wouldn't be standing here trying to prove how black I am. I feel like you all have some kind of fascination with black people, like you want to be like us. That's why Jarrell is here, right? Because black people have rhythm, so a black choreographer, oh, it just makes sense. Well, let me tell you something. You don't want to be black. Unless you want to get used to turning on the TV and seeing people that look like you dying in front of your eyes, you don't want to be black. It's the same shit happening every day. It's just now it's caught on camera, right? Over and over. If it's not a death, it's a microaggression. If it's not a microaggression, it's another blatantly racist Karen yelling at the top of her lungs. You don't live here. Don't look at my dog. I'm calling the police. Am I right, Mary? Tell me. I mean, the Karens were so ridiculous. They didn't want to wear masks during a worldwide pandemic. One Karen even said, I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe. Oh, yeah? Well, George Floyd needed to breathe, but you didn't care.
Dear God.
No, Tom. See, that's the problem. My black reality is too much for you. And with all due respect, if you want to show like that's totally Tanya to mean something, to relate to younger audiences, then you have to write the truth. This right here is the truth. This is what it's like to be a so-called millennial, where your speech, your thoughts, your personality all have to be censored.
Everything okay in here?
No! Everything is not okay! This is my 17th audition, and every time I come in here, I'm proven right. You don't want someone who's black. You want the idea of black. Tom, you're racist. Mary, you're a Karen. And Jarrell, why the hell do you put up with this bullshit? What's it like to grow up black in America? This is what it's like. And guess fucking what? I am tired. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of waiting for change. I'm tired of turning on the news, of being woke, of being canceled for not speaking out. I am tired of educating others. I'm tired of educating myself. I'm tired of feeling less than. I'm tired of crying, begging, pleading, and screaming for help. I am tired of seeing people die right in front of my eyes and pretending that that is normal. I am tired of apologizing for being myself. I'm tired of having to talk about being black and the black experience. I'm tired of being told that I need to use my voice to speak out about things that matter. When really, does any of this matter? I just want to live my life and be happy. Like I was when I was a kid, watching Roni Montoni and dreaming of being a Disney princess. If you can't have the decency to see me as a person and not an idea, then I don't want to work here. You can find someone else to play Tanya because it won't be me. I'll see myself out.
Luna? Jarrell, go after her.
Now that's totally Tanya.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's performance. Please take a moment to consider giving to our Friends of Theater campaign. Your donations go directly to the division's production needs, purchasing costumes, sets, props, and hiring choreographers, designers, video and sound engineers. Have a wonderful evening, and hopefully we'll see you in the theater soon.